Casey.
And Kaylin.
And we are
Triple K Idea.
Today we're going to do a really fun lesson with you that's going to teach you about primary colors and symmetry. A germ! And what sound does a germ make? So the materials you're going to need, you will need a piece of white paper. This is just cheap white coffee paper from the store. You can get it in a whole ream. You are also going to need glue or Scotch tape. Scotch tape works as well if you don't have any glue. I prefer glue sticks over the messy Elmer glue, but it's up to you however you want to use that glue. You will need a writing utensil. Also, some scissors. Where are your scissors at, Kaylin? Where are your scissors? You will need some scissors, and let's do a really quick instructional on how to hold scissors. Kaylin, can you hold your scissors like Mommy does? We're going to put our thumb up in the thumb hole, that's the top hole. You're going to put your pointer finger on the outside, and your middle finger and your ring finger go in these holes. Always have your pointer out when you're holding scissors because it's all about your muscles. It's all about fine motor skills. If your pointer finger is inside your hole, the muscles we're using are just really close to our wrists, so there's not as much control. If you pull your pointer finger out, you're using your upper forearm muscles.
And this is how you hold them as you're walking.
And there's a lot more control. That's right. And if you're walking with scissors and never running, you always put your sheath on your scissors.
Yeah, but as you're running and you fall down and your hands on your scissors, you won't get hurt. But as your hands on the top and you're running and you fall down, you will get hurt.
That's right. You can get hurt very badly if you're running or walking with scissors with the blade out. So it doesn't matter what kind of scissors I use. My pointer is always out. A lot more control. The rest of the materials you're going to need, you will need some squeeze paint in the primary colors. We're going to be dripping this paint, so you will need some sort of paint that will drip today. And some sort of eyes. If you have googly eyes work great.
Mom, I just want to take some out and do
If not, you can make your own googly eyes with black and white paper. And I will show you how to do that later. So if you don't have googly eyes, it's okay, we can make our own. You will need some black construction paper, some white paper, and some red paper to complete this project. Alright, so let's get started. Okay, the first thing you're going to do is grab your white paper, and we are going to match the corners and fold it long ways. And in my classroom, I call this fold a taco fold. And I call this fold a burrito fold. We think about food a lot in Miss Chu's art room. So we're going to match the corners. You're going to walk your fingers down to the middle. Pre-sit. Kaylin. Pre-sit. And then we are going to glide our fingers to the edge. So, nope, you're not folding it the right way. That's what happens when you don't listen. You're doing a taco fold. We need a burrito fold. Look, does yours look like mine? No. Nope, I'll follow instructions. Open it up, try it again.
I will.
Okay. Open it up. Just like this. You want a long one. Okay, now that we have our paper folded, we're going to unfold it. And you're going to see this line in the middle. This is your crease. This is just a guideline. Plus, it's going to help us refold our paper here in a second because we're going to be doing a fun fold painting. All right, so here's where you get messy. Are you ready to get messy? All right, push up your sleeves. We're going to start dripping our primary colors onto our paper. Kaylin, what are the primary colors?
Blue, yellow, green, and red.
Ooh, green. Kaylin, what are the three primary colors?
Blue,
Blue, yellow, and red. Good job.
1, 2, 3.
right, there are 3 primary colors, and we can mix these colors together to create secondary colors. That's what's so amazing about them. So Kaylin, unfold your folded paper. Here's how we're going to do this. We're going to shake up our paint, and we're going to put 2 drips in the middle of our paper. Remember I said middle? Whoa, that dripped a little bit more. It's okay if we have a little bit more. It almost looks like a smiley face. I can open it for you. 2 drips in the middle with all 3 colors. So we're going to hold it up high. Good job. 2 drips. 1, 2.
Oops.
It's okay. Oh, that's perfect. You did an excellent job. Here's your yellow. And I'm missing red. 2 drips in the middle. Whoa! Okay, that'll work. Perfect. What color are you missing? All right.
That looks like a monster face.
A monster face. Oh my goodness. All right, so we are making germs. That's good. Kaylin, what do we know about germs?
They make people sick, and it's called bacteria.
Germs do make us sick. They make everyone sick. If you get a germ in your body, you're going to get sick. Some germs are good, some germs are bad. And one germ that Kaylin just listed is bacteria. And we're going to learn about the 4 different kinds of germs right now. Our bodies are pretty amazing. Day after day, they work hard, digesting food, pumping blood and oxygen, sending signals from our brains, and much more. But there's a group of tiny invaders that can make our bodies sick. They are called germs. Some kids may think that germs are bugs or cooties or other gross stuff. Actually, germs are tiny organisms or living things that can cause disease. Germs are so small and sneaky that they creep into our bodies without being noticed. In fact, germs are so tiny that you need to use a microscope to see them. When they get into our bodies, we don't know what hit us until we have symptoms that say we've been attacked. Germs are found all over the world in all kinds of places. The 4 major types of germs are bacteria, viruses, fungi, and protozoa. They can invade plants, animals, and people, and sometimes they can make us sick. According to kidshealth.org, there are 4 major types of germs. The first one I want you to learn about are bacteria. Bacteria are tiny one-celled creatures that get nutrients from their environments in order to live. In some cases, that environment is a human body. Bacteria can reproduce outside of the body or within the body as they cause infections. Some infections the bacteria can cause include ear infections, sore throats, cavities, and pneumonia. Viruses need to be inside living cells to grow and reproduce. Most viruses can't survive long enough if they're not inside a living thing like a plant, animal, or person. Whatever a virus lives in is called its host. When viruses get inside people's bodies, they can spread and make people sick. Viruses cause chickenpox, measles, flu, and many other diseases. Because some viruses can live for a short time on something like a doorknob or a countertop, be sure to wash your hands regularly. Fungi are multi-celled plant-like organisms. Unlike other plants, fungi cannot make their own food from soil, water, and air. Instead, fungi get their nutrition from plants, people, and animals. They love to live in damp, warm places, and many fungi are not dangerous in healthy people. An example of something caused by fungi is athlete's foot, that itchy rash that teens and adults sometimes get between their toes. The last group of germs are called protozoa. Protozoa are single-cell organisms that love moisture and often spread diseases through water. Some protozoa cause intestinal infections that lead to diarrhea, nausea, and belly pain. So those are the 4 classifications of common germs. Follow along to make your own. Now that we have our paint on our paper to make our germ, we are going to fold our paper along that fold that we just created, and we're going to give it a nice back rub.
I'm going to hurt you. Bah, 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 bah.
Oh, ouch! That's so rough! And what we're doing is we are spreading that paint all into our paper. Nice
give you a
back
hat.
rub. She's not very good at back rubs, trust me.
Yes, I am.
Actually, she's pretty good at back rubs. She gives me back rubs every now and then. Alright, so I'm rubbing its back, pushing. Oh, that feels so nice. Ouch! Alright. We are trying to mix those three colors together by giving our paper a back rub. All right, Kaylin, so now we're going to do the big reveal. We're going to open up, hold it up like this so our friends can see what our paper looks like. Mine did a little bit of tearing, as you can see. I might have pushed a little bit too hard for too long, so it tore my paper a little bit, but that's okay.
But it looks like mine did good.
It still looks very beautiful. It looks like yours looks excellent. Now we're going to take a look at our fold painting, and we are going to try to find some of those secondary colors that we made with our primary colors. Kaylin, do you see any secondary colors that you made by mixing your primary colors?
I only see some green.
She made green. That's amazing that you pushed your paint together and you made green. I see a lot of purple, a little bit of orange, and a little bit of green, but I mostly see some ripped paper. And I'm not gonna let that stop me. I'm still gonna have that be part of my germ. Now the next step is to allow this to dry. You have to be patient and you have to let it dry. So we'll be right back. We're gonna let our painting dry and we will finish this in just a few minutes.
I know, but
What's on your head? So I want you to pay attention to what happened when we folded our paper and opened it up, and what happened on one side of your painting transferred to the other side. Kaylin, do you know what that is called? It starts with an S. It's called symmetry. Symmetry means that what happens on one side happens on the other side. So if you take a look at these two paintings, each painting has its own vertical line of symmetry. That is the line that goes right down the top to the bottom of the page, and it is a vertical line, which means it is up and down. A vertical line of symmetry means what happens on the left is going to happen on the right. Symmetry is a really great way to acquire organization in your artwork. After your fold painting has dried and you have taken a look at your primary colors, your secondary colors, and your symmetry, now you're going to cut out the shape. Go along the edges, come out a little bit, leave a little bit of white space. It shouldn't be anything that takes too long to do. We're leaving a little bit of white space all the way around. Now grown-ups, sometimes little fingers have trouble cutting, so you have to make sure that you are patient with them and show them the right way to use the scissors. If they need help, help them. Scissors are very sharp and they can be very dangerous. So if you think that they need help or they appear that they need help, just help them. It's okay to help little fingers with some fine motor skills. Great job, Kaylin. Now hold it up so everybody can see it. This is going to be the body of our germs. Before we start to add body parts to our germ, let's talk about how we can prevent germs from getting into our body. Kaylin, do you know how you can prevent yourself from getting sick?
take medicine and wash your hands.
Wash your hands. That is the #1 thing you can do to keep yourself from getting sick, is to wash your hands very often and very well.
And take pills.
Take pills. We can also eat healthy and drink lots of water. We want our immune system to be very strong so it can fight off those germs that we have around us every day. So we are going to start adding body parts to our germ now. In order to do that, we are going to need to cut some strips of white paper for the arms and legs. An accordion fold is a special way to fold a piece of paper to add some dimension. We are going to make these arms and legs appear that they are popping out at us, appear that they are moving. We're going to show some movement, and we are going to pop them out. The accordion fold makes a beautiful zigzag line, and then we are going to glue these folds onto our germ's body for the arms and the legs. And use your imagination, be creative. These germs don't have to look like people. So we're going to put a little bit of glue on the foot. Remember from our paper roller coasters, we have to make a foot to glue onto it. And Kayla and I went ahead and put some glue on this one. You can glue it onto the body of your germ. I will help you with this accordion fold. What you have to remember with an accordion fold is you have to go opposite with your pattern. So we fold it up, and then we fold it down. We fold it up, and then we fold it down. And it's an opposite alternating pattern. Up, down, crease it, and you have that zigzag line. All right, so Kaylin is adding 2 more arms to her germ. I'm going to help her fold it. Again, sometimes little hands need some help with their fine motor skills. Kaylin is 4 years old. She will turn 5 on April 13th, which is in just a couple of weeks. So now I'm going to cut a couple of strips for my germs, arms and legs. I think I'm just going to give my germ 2 arms coming out to the side. So I work on my accordion folds. After you have the arms and legs on your germ, now you need to add the hands and feet. So we are going to cut an ooey gooey germy puddly
I want to
shape.
add some eyes first.
Kaylin's going to work ahead. So I went ahead and I cut out Kaylin's foot and hand shapes for her. And while she is gluing her hands and feet on her arms and legs, I will show you how to cut it out. It's actually very simple. You're just going to take your scissors for a walk. Just 1 dot of Elmer's glue. If you want to use Elmer's glue, a little goes a long way. A dot is a lot. Whatever euphemism you can think of to get your brain to not make a huge mess is a great thing.
Yeah.
So in order to acquire these fun hands and feet, these little shapes on my germ, you're just going to take your scissors for a walk. Again, pointer out, always,
1,
even with little
2,
scissors and big
3,
hands.
4,
You're going to
5,
take your scissors
6, 7.
and you're going to go on a nice, fun, curvy walk to cut out these shapes. Turn your paper with your non-dominant hand that is not working with the scissors. Ta-da! This is a beautiful hand shape.
Using your scissors?
Because I wanted to use your scissors. I wanted to show them that even my big hands can use little scissors the right way. All right. So now I'm going to add my hands and my feet to my legs. And our germ needs a face. So now I get to decide if I want my germ to face up or down. Kind of like it like this. It almost looks like it has a big brain and some legs. So I'm going to do it that way. This is not how we use Elmer's glue. This is not a dot. This is a lot. That's ridiculous. The next step is to add a face to our germ. If you have googly eyes, it's a really fun way to add some eyes to our germ. So I want Kaylin to show you her germ so you can see how she put her eyes on her germ.
Well, I want to ask my mom something real quick.
Ask me.
Tell you something. So can I just add a little nose on my germ?
If you want to add a nose to your germ, you may. So what do we do if we don't have googly eyes? I'm going to show you how to make your own googly eye out of black and white paper. It's very simple. The reason we have a pencil is for a drawing tool. we are going to draw a big circle on white paper, and then we are going to cut that circle out. I'm going to get my scissors. I'm going to cut that circle out. If you are a more advanced cutter, as in 3rd, 4th, 5th grade and up, you might be able to just cut a circle without having to draw it. But this lesson is targeted more for a younger age student, and so it's important for them to be able to draw the circle before they cut it. So I have my large white circle. Now I need to draw a black circle that is going to fit inside of it. If you take a look at this googly eye, the white circle is the large circle. We need a smaller black circle for the pupil. So I'm going to draw a smaller black circle to fit inside of the white circle, because the black part is the pupil, and the pupil is the part of your eye that opens and closes. That's called dilating. It's actually a big hole in your eye, and it allows light into your eye. After you have your white and your black circles cut out, we're going to make it pop out like a googly eye. It's very simple. We're going to cut a small rectangle out of white, and then we're going to make an accordion fold. Remember, fold up, fold down, fold up, fold down. And if you use Elmer's glue, Kaylin has lost her Elmer's glue privileges for this lesson. We are going to place just a little dot is all you need. You need to open it so it actually works.
Can I go and get a marker so I can draw a little tongue?
We're gonna make a tongue out of red paper, babe.
Okay.
We're making a tongue. Just a little dot of Elmer's glue is all you need. We're going to place it on this accordion fold on one end of it. And just like we did our legs, we're going to put a dot of glue on the other end. Place it in the middle of the white circle. And now we have our own googly eye. I'm just going to put one eye in the middle of my germ. What's our germ missing, Kaylin? Hold yours up so everyone can see yours. Kaylin has worked ahead and she has made a mouth. So mouths can be made with black paper. You're just going to take your scissors and cut the shape of a germy mouth. Whatever shape of a mouth you think your germ needs. You can use a pencil and draw the shape and then cut it, or you can just go right to your scissors and you can draw with your scissors.
That's what I did.
Good job. You're going to glue the mouth onto your germ.
Can I have something to ask them? It's because that I really can't cut out mouths without drawing, so I have to do a drawing.
That's perfect. And if you would like a tongue on your germ, grab some scrap red paper, and you just have to be able to draw a very tall rainbow. So we're going to start at the bottom, and we're going to draw the shape of a really tall rainbow.
It looks like my pencil.
Just like that. Cut it out and glue it to your germ's mouth. And if you would like your tongue to pop out like a lot of our facial features on our germ, just like we did with our roller coasters, give it a foot, a little tab to add some glue to it. And you can decorate your tongue with a black stripe if you would like to, if you want to get some crowns or markers and add that little stripe on your tongue. I'll just do it with my pencil. And there we go. Good job. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like us on Facebook, give us a thumbs up, and subscribe to our YouTube channel, Triple K Art Studios. I hope you enjoyed this lesson. Stay safe, wash your hands, and hopefully we will be back in school soon.